Hello everyone, welcome to the Canadian Grand Prix. So it is then round 7 for my ultimate career mode, driving my Man Mercedes car, and pretty good result the last time out in Monaco. And I'll try to ruin the result for you if you haven't seen it yet, but watch them in the wrong order if you haven't seen it yet. So do make sure you go back and watch that one. It was a pretty good race, and you can just about see the grid in the background there. Fortunately, you can't quite see the order of the cars. That would somewhat ruin qualifying, which we're about to see in just a minute. And let's have a look then at the layout of the track. So it's a track I quite enjoy actually, because it's all about braking zones and long straights. That's what I'm good at, and being aggressive with curves. That's sort of my forte, if you like, with my driving style. But unfortunately not on my car. My car hasn't got good straight line speed at all, or at least it hadn't earlier in the season. So well, here we go then. Let's have a look at the updates. You can see that's why I'm applying a drag update. That's ready for the next race, which will be Baku. And I've got an engine upgrade. That's the new upgrade for this one. And you see me highlight there the downforce upgrade. That's my next planned upgrade. So I've got a few upgrades on this Mana car now. So it's not quite, certainly not the worst car. See on the right hand side there. It's not quite the worst car, but unfortunately Sauber's had a big update for this race. So they're no longer behind us. They're actually ahead of us now. They've got a better car. So here we go then. Coming on to my quali lap. Getting the AS open, trying to get a good exit from the final chicane there. And I get a nice sweeping line to the first turn then braking just to get to the 100-meter ball on the left-hand side there. Right down to third gear. Trying to get a nice sweeping line for the next corner. And already almost 2 tenths up during the apex, but lose a little bit on the exit. But no, back to 2 tenths up after the first couple of corners alone. So you see him in P19 at the moment on ultra soft tyres. And, well, tiny cuts there, unfortunately. But just pushing really hard. I always push very hard on my last quali lap. I usually try and get banker in at first, and a half decent lap, and then just go for it on the final lap. Just see what I can do. So 3 tenths up in the first sector then. And I always seem to struggle massively compared to the AI out that last corner for some reason. Just a traction thing. I'm not too sure what it is. But anyway, coming to the chicane now. They're trying to nail the curves. So I've done really nice. Actually, that was a really nice chicane. And it's, well, I should have gained a little bit. So must have been a pretty good chicane in my previous quali lap. Coming to the hairpin now then. Trying to get it all slowed down right down to first gear for best rotation. And sector 2 was 2.5 tenths up. So I actually lost a little bit in the middle sector. But look at that exit. Really good exit up to 4 tenths up already then. In the final sector here. DRS wide open. We need to nail this final chicane if we're going to jump at the grid. Our teammate is currently out qualifying us. So we need to really nail this final chicane to keep that 4 tenths advantage and hopefully improve it a little bit as well. Braking very late. Really going to nail both curves there. Really nice final chicane though. Get hard on the power. DRS wide open. We gain some more time. Get about a tenth or so for that final chicane. But looks like it's going to be about half a second up-ish by the time we get to the line. What does that give us? That gives us P13 then. P30, I think. Off the top of my head, that may well be my best ever quali result, would you believe, in the Mana car. I think I've had P14 once or twice, but I don't think I've had P13. It could be wrong. I don't think I've had P12s. I think it's a joint best if it's not quite my outright best. So you see Pascal Verlaine, my teammate there, end up being a good 3-4 tenths down on me. And I think realistically I couldn't have got any further up the grid than that. So I'll certainly take that result. Did not expect that at this track with a big influence, I can't think of the word, on straight line speed. But here we go then. So for some reason, I didn't have any super soft tyres left. Usually reserves one of each tyres for the race. For some reason, I didn't have any super softs. Not sure if it was a bit of a glitch or what, but that's why we're going to go ultra softs all the way to lap 8 and then soft tyres to the end. Purely because there's a big gap in the tyres there, so hopefully that'll strategy will work for us. So 5 laps then straight away, clutch in, clutch out, and away we go straight away. And really nice start already ahead of the Sauber there. Get a little look at Alonso on the outside here as they start on soft tyres, so better start than him. Look up the insides of Bottas and Kvyat there. Little think about it on Massa, but think better of that one. I'm going to try and go on the outside of Felipe Massa out now then. Just holding a nice line on the outside here, but no, we boxed in, so we can't go the inside to the next corner. All the way up to P9, then we're going to have a look at P8 on Massa, but he's going to have a dive the inside of Carlos Sainz ahead. They can each have room, so we're going to try and cut back on them, but don't quite make that work. Massa hits the wall then. Oh, we actually end up all over the curb and the grass. He hits the wall, they're losing momentum, and we make the most of that. And Gentleman's already out of the race. Carlos Sainz dives straight up the inside, then run very deep. Didn't quite mean to run it that deep. All the way up to P7 then. We've got Nico Rosberg up next, and well, safety car straight away. Well, that has done me the world of favours. And there's actually Massa behind us now. Looks like Sainz must have compromised him quite heavily there. That's done us the world of favours. Got to P7 now, and it means that we can catch that little gap that was already formed to Rosberg and maintain and not use barely any tyres. So we can see now lap 4, he comes into it. Stayed up for quite a fair few laps there, but now he's going to be in this lap. We see him using some understeer there to generate some heat into the front tyres. Beardy wheel spins generate some heat into the rear tyres, and just to make sure that just to the left side, it says limiter active. Safety car, overtaking, limiter active. What's that on about? I don't think there's a limiter active, but anyway. Just trying to keep my tyres warm here. I'm trying to get a good start. If I could jump Rosberg on the start, that'd be ideal. Gain another position and be well inside the points. But we have got Felipe Massa behind us, who's very quick in a straight line. So I'm preparing to resume racing. Usually they go full throttle before it goes green flag, and here we go. We are full throttle now. So we're going to try and have a look at the inside of Rosberg into this final chicane. But oh, he brakes very early, and I actually have to slam on the brakes there to avoid the yellow flag. And Massa going to try and run outside, but that's not going to work into a chicane. Fortunately, he realises that and backs well out of it. And there's only a couple of cars in the pits, including my teammate, unfortunately. So he's probably not going to have a good result. But yeah, that was not ideal. And for some reason, Rosberg just braked very early. Even though we were full throttle, we weren't quite green flag yet, so I couldn't overtake him. I had to get straight back on the brakes. Didn't quite work, but only 14% rear tyre with them on lap 5, so that's really helped our strategy. And just to explain my strategy a bit more then, so my plan is to stay on the ultra soft tyres until I go to softs, and I would go ultra soft then super soft, but like I said, for whatever reason I haven't got any super softs for this race, so I'm gonna have to go to soft tyres. And since that's a whole, it's a whole step difference in tyre compounds, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be better off to stay on the ultra softs until the tyres are reasonably worn. Now, we are losing time though to the car ahead, maintaining a little bit of a gap to Felipe Massa behind us. It's not surprised we're losing to the car ahead. It is a Mercedes after all, and he's trying to get an exit now, which he managed to do nicely. So we've got a bit of a gap to Massa behind, but well, this isn't ideal. Now, usually I follow the same strategy as the AI, so I can defend heavily, because that's usually how it's needed to work, but my pace seems reasonably good. Up to P13 on the grid was nice, so my pace isn't terrible, but it's also not as good as the these Mercedes cars. Oh, big hit the curb. That actually ended up full opposite lock for, well, quite a while there, and lost me quite a bit of time there. It was 1.3 seconds of Rosberg, it's now 2.3, so we lost a second in that final sector. But look at the mini-map, lots of cars are pitting, so this is when the AI becomes a little bit dumb with their strategies. They're certainly not quite as clever as humans when it comes to strategy. Not a massive surprise, but I think some work perhaps does still need doing there. From Codemaster's point of view, because it's just not worth pitting when you've got only got 20% tyre, but even if you're going to go to a brand new set of soft tyres, they are going to be slower, so that is the wrong decision. Now, what are the rest of the AI going to do? Is that just a couple of them? And more importantly, if everyone else does pit, is my pace going to be good enough to be able to match, say, Rosberg ahead's pace on when he's on soft tyres and I'm on ultra soft tyres but more worn? That's the real question, and right now, as I'm racing this, I'm thinking, do I pit? Do I pit? If I pit now, I can probably defend my, was I 6th position? Might be able to defend that till the end of the race, and that's 6th in the pocket. Or do I take a risk? Do I take a risk and follow my intuition? And some of the problem there, didn't quite hear who that was. Or do I take a risk and run it to the end in the hope that my strategy idea will work? Now, I'm still undecided as yet, but Sainz going to look around outside. And when do I brake? Well, I brake very early, which means I'm not pitting, and Sainz obviously does decide to pit then. And everyone else ahead does. Does everyone else behind pit? Well, not everyone, but certainly a good chunk of them by the looks of it. So we're now actually to the lead of the race for the, is it the 3rd or the 4th time this season, amazingly, in our manner. But that's just using slightly different strategies. So you see, but that's behind us there. Romain Grosjean has actually got super soft tyres, so for some reason he's got the super softs. And I can tell you, I always use the softest tyre compounds available, the softest tyre choice available. You see that Romain Grosjean has pit behind us, but we've still got a good, nice big gap to Fernando Alonso. So we were able to pull out, if anything, ever slightly on him, but his pace was very similar. So now the big question. I'm going to pit this lap. You saw on the right hand side there that my tyres are fairly worn. Rears are up to 50% now-ish, and that was my target, to wait till my tyres are at 50%. Let's try and nail this pit entry without breaking the speed limit, which I managed to do beautifully. That was pretty good. Pretty much as good as a human player can get, I'd say, without taking too many risks. Now, looks like Alonso's staying out. Vettel, well, I think he's already pitted, so he will be miles ahead of us. But there's a bit of a gap here, and we are right at the end of the pit lane. So once we've done our pit stop, we'll be pretty much straight out. And there's a big clump of cars going to be behind Kimi Räikkönen here. Max Verstappen is next. He's going to be through. Who is it? It's Perez next. With, I can't quite see. There's a few cars coming on the first turn here, but of course we get to shortcut the first turn. There's 3 abreast, slow each other down. I'm going to try and hold it on the outside here. Daniel Ricciardo, can I do it? Can I make it stick? Just going to try and squeeze him over here. Push him so he has to take a slightly tighter line. We're trying to hold it outside into the chicane here. Really try and keep this position. He gives us plenty of room. That enables us to make the move stick then. So we're up to P5, so we have actually gained. Don't forget, we were behind Nico Rosberg and behind, I think we're behind Ricciardo. We're now ahead of both of those drivers. So that our risky strategy has paid off. We managed to have better pace than the leading cars. Granted, we were on different tyre strategies, but we did manage to have better pace. So Ricciardo's going to have a look around outside again, but that's not going to work. And, well, what it does mean now is that they are going to be faster than us, but we have got brand new tyres. They haven't. So theoretically, we should be, I'm not going to say faster than them because our car is just a lot slower, but we should be closer to the pace than we would otherwise be if we pitted at the same lap as them at least. So Verstappen is ahead. We're not going to catch him. But we're up to P5 now. P5. What a result that would be. What a result that would be. P5 a track that I thought that my car was really going to struggle because of lack of straight line speed. And wow, P5. I just don't believe it. And a bit of oversteer at the final corner, then just trying to really keen to get on the power there. And I go to Rich Mix. They still got 2.5 laps of fuel. The beauty of not being traffic was that I could stay to standard fuel that entire bit that we missed there pretty much. So I got plenty of fuel, so I could run Rich, well, almost to the end. I could certainly run it on every straight till the end. So it's looking good at the minute. All I need to do is be seriously good at defending. We've got a good rear gunner behind us in Daniel Ricciardo, who isn't that quick in a straight line. But behind him is Nico Rosberg, who is very quick in a straight line. So we could do Ricciardo staying ahead. Hopefully we had a defend successfully from him. That'd be nice. Just trying to get the power here. You can see, look in the mirror, look how close they are. Yes, there we go, confirmation. That's just how bad I am at the traction. And I'm not sure if it's an attribute of my car or what. It's going to try it on the outside, but again, that's not going to work into a chicane there, Ricciardo. And as I run a little bit wide on the exit, which enables him to stay relatively close. I think he must be using Rich Mixer because he's gaining on me once again. He has a look at the inside, but I'm not going to have that. Going to defend, make him go to the outside, get it all slowed down. He's still alongside, but that isn't going to work. Going to squeeze him out on the exit here, which we do beautifully. And, unfortunately, now he's alongside. No, it's okay. Like I say, we do want Ricciardo to stay ahead of Rosberg. We're dodging over the track here, trying to stay out their slipstream, and Rosberg's going to fly past. Unfortunately, with a better straight line speed of the Mercedes, then going to squeeze Rosberg out. So going to try it around us on the outside of the chicane, but again, that isn't going to work in the chicane, Rosberg. And unfortunately, once again, he thinks better of that. So managed to defend the position. There's someone in the pits. Of course, it's Alonso. Alonso started on the soft tyres, so of course he had to make his pit stop yet. That puts us up to P4 then. P4 on a track we didn't think we'd do well at. Wow. So we have got a big job now. That we've got 5 laps till the end. This is not going to be an easy job to try and defend from Nico Rosberg behind us. And well, we'll see what he can do, but it is now a Mercedes, so I'm not going to hold my breath as Hamilton's well out in the front. So clearly the Mercedes has got the fastest car around this track. So I'm not going to hold my breath, but well, we're in the right position, aren't we? You know, we've put ourselves in the position to potentially get a massive haul of points here on a track that we certainly did not expect it. And it's not even wet, of course. Well, of course, we got a podium in Monaco last time out, and that was when it was a bit of wet, which helped us massively. And really nailing that chicane. That was pretty nice, but Rosberg's still right behind us. He's going to have a look around our outside. We're going to defend for the inside, but no, he's going to try for the inside. We end up in the wall here, and he spins us into the wall. We lose all of our front wing, and we end up, well, we end up losing a wheel as well, as we go straight onto the track, straight into the Force India. Well, let's have a look at a replay of that then. So, this is on board with Nico Rosberg, so you can see me clearly going to the outside. I'd sort of come to the middle of the track, and he thinks perhaps it's me leaving the door open, but it's not. And he just sends me straight into the wall. And I'll tell you what annoyed me about that is if you watch him, he hits me again. So now he's hitting me again and pushing me again. The second hit was what really annoyed me there. And only a couple of replays because, well, quite frankly, it's very frustrating. And I didn't decide to restart there. I did restart this race once because get taken up by their AI. But that one, it was a bit my fault because I tried to go back to the line. But no, it just didn't work. And my team ended up P15, so not bad in our car. But very frustrating. It was very, very frustrating. Being in P4, heights of P4 to the lows of a DNF. And, well, it's actually affected my positions. Luckily, in the standings, Massa is now the same points as us. But he is still behind us. So, wow, what a frustrating race. What a frustrating race. And it was a bit silly from Rosberg. I would blame Rosberg for that. And like I said, it was the second hit that annoyed me. Because he just seemed to stay on the power and seemed to keep hitting me, which pushed me into the barrier the second time. But, anyway, then that's the end of that video, unfortunately, and Mana do keep this position. No, they don't. Sorry, they lose one position in the standings. So, like I said, it's Baku next time out. We've got a drag reduction upgrade. So, fingers crossed, we're gonna have a better result than a DNF. And I thank you for watching. Bye bye.